Me a climb on the money tree, no, me no want sleep.
Yes, people.
Manago, 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 manago.
That's right, the great sounds of Perfect Giddimani.
Measuring up, tell them.
This one is called Beanstalk.
Face them freckle up.
Big shout out to everybody loving and feeling the vibe each and every time.
And the private jet park up, and the whole crew just walk out, and the
And I want to give a big shout out to everybody sending lots of love, lots of blessings. It's greatly appreciated each and every time. But of course, we've got Perfect Giddimani joining us live and direct. So of course, Giddimani, are you there?
Go on, djkat, bless up.
Every time. So you know what, King? I feel like you have to let the listeners know and let the people know who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Well, Perfect Giddimani, international reggae artist, originally from Jamaica, born and raised in the parish. Same parish as Bob Marley and Marcus Garvey,
Yeah.
I started out, music from a very early age. I would say within school is where I started. And the older I got, becoming a teenager is when I started to practice and take it more seriously. I continued practicing DJ business, so to speak, until I finally got the big break in 2004 with my first #1 record, which was Handcart Boy, which was released in 2004. And, ever since that, I've been pretty much busy, doing shows all over the world and keeping my catalog alive,
For real, I hear that.
Yeah.
And when you got that big break, what was that feeling like?
Well, it was overwhelming, because it's years of work we put in before that quote unquote big break came along, Years of work and years of disrespect and sacrifice and all that comes with it,
Yes.
All that comes with it. So I would say it was a good feeling, because it's like you're finally starting to see the fruits of your labor, So it was definitely a good feeling. Yeah.
I hear that. And we've got a question from a listener already. They're asking, how are you dealing with fame?
Okay, well, fame. Well, I mean, publicity.
Yeah.
Say, I tend to, I think I'm handling it well, honestly.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, remember, we are roots artists, We are roots and culture artists, so that fame thing, not really to get to our head, Yes, we know that we are more popular now than we were before, we found, a few songs, but we don't really let them think to get to it,
Yeah. For real,
we
I like
that. Don't let that vibe, that fame vibe and that hype vibe kind of, it's not really a Rasta thing,
Yeah.
That fame thing there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it even comes our way, we still stay grounded, we still stay rootical, and we know how to deal with it,
100%.
We know how to deal with it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, for real. And when it comes to the music now, I know you've been doing works, you've been putting the music in since I've found out about Perfect Giddimani from years and years and years back. So how do you keep that momentum going?
Well, my greatest motivation is the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, my greatest motivation is the people, like my fans and my family and friends and overall just everybody, the disc jockeys, you djkat, the promoters, everybody that helps to keep the ball rolling. And every now and then you get a message, keep up the good work, or we like that song, we like that performance in Spain or Italy, and just little stuff like those. You have fans that send you messages sometimes that, trust me, even recently I got a message from Africa and it was very touching. And sometimes the fans don't know how important just a simple message is, man, because it definitely, it does something to the artist, man. It's more than money.
Yeah,
it's more than money, honestly. Yeah. Appreciation is more than money for us as the artists. Yeah,
I hear that. Wow, I love that, for real. And when it comes to your craft now, what kind of I suppose, what kind of practice, what kind of works do you have to do? Because some people just think this is easy because that's how you guys make it look. So what kind of things do you have to do to keep that maintained and keep it going?
Well, first thing is first. It's 2022 where it's the age of social media, and the DJ business has gotten more competitive. So you have to be up. You can't have no downtime, so to speak. You have to be up and working and trying to. You have to network to get work. You have to make links. You have to make connections, and that is a every day, every night thing, and you sleep in between.
Yeah.
See, okay. So my schedule is like this. I'm up 2:00 every morning, my time.
Yeah.
Europe is like 6 hours, 5 hours ahead. I have to be up when Europe is up because I have a lot of business that I do on the continent.
Yeah, for real.
So I have to be up European time, which is like 9, 10, everybody getting up making phone calls. I have to be up that time wherever I am in the world, whether Jamaica or US or Europe. I have to be up. And when it comes on to networking back, in the US or the Caribbean, I have to also prepare myself for those hours too.
Yeah.
So, you can't give yourself no space to idle, especially as an artist that, you want to make a mark, or if you have already made a mark, you want to stay relevant. You can't, it's an everyday, you have to promote, and you have to promote.
I hear that.
It doesn't stop. It's an ongoing thing. It does not stop. You can't rest. This is your career.
Yeah. For real.
You can't rest. Yeah, you can't rest.
Yeah. I hear that. And you definitely don't rest. I can see the work that you put in and how much this means to you. This, the music, the whole aspect of it, and what it means to you.
Yeah, man, definitely DJ Kat, because we keep ourselves busy, because I'll be working on a project. I'll be working on 2 projects myself.
Yeah.
Producing 2 projects for 2 different labels out there, while also producing on my record label different talents. Yeah. I'm right in the middle of that right now.
Nice.
You understand what I'm saying? So it keeps me busy, and I like being busy with my work, so to speak, because whenever I'm not busy, I tend to start getting on board.
Okay.
And, kind of being bored sometimes make me a bit miserable.
Yeah, I hear that.
So I like to have work to do just constantly.
Yeah.
Coming at me. Just throw it at me.
Throw
it at me. I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Definitely. And a minute ago you mentioned about talent. How do you know if somebody's got talent as opposed to, I suppose, a lot of the tunes that we do hear often is kind of one-hit wonders? How do you know somebody has talent?
Well, when it comes on to, because I do a lot of talent scouting sometimes. And what I do before so I will be admiring a talent. I admire a talent first.
Okay.
Or an artist. I admire an artist first, and then I observe his work ethics, which is super important. His work ethics is probably more important than his talent, because if you have good talent and you don't have good work ethics, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So I start from your work ethics and then your talent.
Okay.
Because your work ethics is also a part of your talent. Your talent should be a package.
Yeah.
It should not just be singing, or I could play drums, or I could. No, your talent should be a package.
Mm.
So that is what I tend to look for, and just the way you carry yourself as an artist. An artist is a 360 thing. It's not a 180 or it's a 360 thing.
Yeah, for real.
It's your appearance, it's your delivery, it's your work ethics. It's a package.
I hear
so
that.
That's what I define as a talent.
Yeah.
It comes with a package, right?
Yeah, for real. I hear that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And is there any particular artist, I suppose, the talent that you've seen and you've had that the listeners should go and check out that you would recommend?
Sure.
Okay.
I have talents on the label that I've been working with recently. I've done works with Kathy Matete. She's a beautiful singer from Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing works with like Rob Simeon, which is a roots and culture artist from the USA. I have a bunch of talents on the label. There's Young Shanti, which
Nice.
is a good brethren. We also voice him on the label. People can check him out. There's the Real Storm, one of
Yeah.
the baddest female artists in the business, and I do a lot of work with her.
Yeah,
So
she's
people can also check her out.
for real.
And the list goes on. You check out Giddimani Records, you'll definitely find a bunch of amazing new talents.
I hear that.
And this is their music. Yeah, their music is great. Trust me, because if it makes no sense to do it, I will not do it.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to producing, I'm very passionate about it.
Yeah, for
It
real.
has to make sense for it to go on record for me, honestly.
Yeah.
So
how did your label come about? How did that kind of happen? Did you create it? Was there something missing in the market? What made you want to do that?
Nah, man, I had the label from the early days, and it's just because we never got like real in depth into my career and stuff like that. So what happened is that my dad built me a studio.
Okay.
Back in about 1996.
Wow.
And that time it was me and my brother that were running the studio, and we started a label. But at that time the label was called Ascom Records.
Okay.
Then the studio got so busy, because when we started out, the studio was at my mom's house, and then we had probably 20, 30 DJs at my mom's house, at one point. So we had to move the studio to Brownstown. We rented a plaza, we put the studio on the plaza, and then we changed the name from Ascom Records to Chalice Palace Music.
Nice.
Right, so Chalice Palace Music now is where we started, because when we were doing Ascom Records, it was more of like underground production. We weren't releasing songs officially on like 45 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But with Chalice Palace Music, we started releasing songs on vinyl. We were voicing a bunch of talents again from my hometown.
Yeah.
And in and around St. Anne. I was not really voicing talents from Kingston as yet, because I was still, living in St. Anne. I never really had a bunch of connections in Kingston.
Yeah, I hear that.
However, Chalice Palace Music, I had to close the studio down, because by that time I got busy with my career, and then boom, Hancock Boy came around, and, we start tour and stuff like that. Wow. So, but I was always producing still, but not out of my studio. But I was always still producing on the Chalice Palace Music, because there's a bunch of stuff out there that's on the Chalice Palace Music if you research.
Yeah.
Then in 2010, my publisher, she introduced me to, getting my own publishing company and stuff. So I used Chalice Palace name now as my publishing company. Then I had to come up with a new name for my record label. So I came up with Giddimani Records.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
That was 2013. Yeah, that was 2013. And ever since that, it's non-stop, man. I mean, since 2013, we have produced probably over 300 songs on Giddimani Records.
Wow, nice.
Right? And we got that big deal with the James Bond movie.
Yeah, wow.
Yep, which was just from a talent that was not popular. That is just to show you how effective music can be once it's done properly, once it's presented properly.
Yeah.
Once the presentation makes sense, because Teacher, these are artists that is not a big name artist out there in the world, but yet still he recorded a good song. The song was mixed properly, mastered properly. We promoted it in the best way we could, and it bounced onto the right ear.
Yeah.
Which, led it straight into the James Bond movie. So we give thanks for that,
I hear that, for real. And before you came on, we were playing a tune called Beanstalk, and the airwaves was going crazy. People were emojiing me, saying fire, they were loving the tune. And a lot of the questions that were being asked is, what's the inspiration behind that tune?
The inspiration is just to get up and go, man. You have to make the money for the family, You got to make the money to pay the bills, The youths have to eat, the bills have to be paid. And we know we live in our system. Until we live off the grid, we have to deal with what this system are doing. We have to pay bills, and we have to buy food, and them things have to go on. So climbing up the beanstalk, because if you listen to the intro, I said climbing up the beanstalk for the money, which is my jelly bean.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's like, you know, it's just hunting. I'm going out there, I'm hustling, I'm trying to make ends meet, because we know say mouth have a feed and family have to alright and bills have to pay, you know. So it's a go get it. It's a go get it song, you know. Get up, go out, make your money, live happily, take care of your loved ones, and be careful, be safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple.
I hear that. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, you know, when it comes to the music now and it comes to what you do and create, how do you decide, okay, that's the rhythm I'm going to use, that's what I want to say, that's what I want to do? How does it work, your creative aspect of it? How does it work for you?
Well, it all starts out with an idea. Either an idea of a lyric or an idea of a rhythm.
Yeah.
And during the whole process, you know, it's when you'll find what will connect with this lyric or what will connect with this rhythm. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you just have to go in like with your hands up sometimes when you go into the studio. Because you'll have a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
And you think it's going to go with that beat or this beat, but by the time you get halfway down into it, it takes a turn, and then it's the other beat that is the right one for it. So it's sometimes you have to experiment too.
Yeah.
You have to experiment, you know what I mean? You have to sit, you have to listen. It's not just snap my finger and go. You have to sit, you have to listen, you have to adjust, you have to arrange, you have to rearrange, you have to try. If you don't succeed,
yeah,
you know the rules, you try again, yeah.
I hear that, for real. And is there anyone in particular that you would like to collab with in the future, or is it just an open book for you?
There are a bunch of great talents out there that I would like to do music with, if I should start calling names now, and it's across a bunch of different genres, not just reggae alone, you know, but there are a bunch of wonderful voices out there that I would definitely like to you know, combine it with, so to speak.
Yeah, I hear that, for real.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the listeners has said they could hear you with Leela Ike.
Leela Ike. Yeah, she's talented.
Yeah,
she's talented. I like her vibe. She has a strong voice, and there's a strong stage presence, you know. It's one of the females out there that she really has this strong stage presence, and her vocals are really cutting through walls, you know. So yeah man, she's definitely a talent that I admire. I've never met her yet, but yeah man, anything possibly, no?
100%, I hear that. So what's new on the pipeline for you, Perfect Giddimani? Because I know you've got so much coming out, but what can the listeners expect new up and coming from yourself?
Expect new singles, like every month, you know, I drop new singles, whether 1, 2, 3, 4, it all depends on you know, the producers or even from Giddimani Records, you know what I'm saying? So the singles coming out, I think I have 4 new singles dropping this month. There's a dub single. There is a single called World Peace.
Yeah.
There's another single that would be called, I'm not sure the name of it, because, you know, sometimes the producers take a minute to get back to you, but I'm definitely sure that at least 4 songs will be out in the month of October.
Yeah.
For the month of November, Giddimani Records will be dropping a new rhythm.
Okay.
So the massive can look out for that. We have new rhythm called, rhythm name, my little sister rhythm, see?
Nice.
And that rhythm will be out, in November. Perfect Giddimani, Rob Simeon, Daryl Storm, Young Shanti, you know, the usual suspects, many more, you know, from Giddimani Records.
Yeah.
So the massive can look out for that.
I'm looking
and
forward.
Also, watch out for the brand new album, Give Me My Flowers, which will be out in 2023. And that album is produced by High Grade Records from St. Croix and the Zionite Kings production. You know, so them label there do always release serious roots music, you know. So the massive can look out for that album. I'm really excited about it. Can't wait for it to drop.
Yeah.
Give my flowers, which will be out in 2023.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. 100% looking forward to that. And of course, people always want to know, how can they get in touch with you if they wanted to book you or link you?
King's Music International, you know, just hop onto the internet, Google King's Music International. That's my booking agent.
Okay.
That's if you're booking in the US. When it comes down to Europe now,
yeah,
you can just go on to my Perfect Giddimani page. There's a number. You could link the number directly, yeah? Or the email on my Perfect Giddimani page.
I hear you.
Or Giddimani Records. That's right.
Definitely. Up for. So, you know, I can't have you on here and you know what's coming. Would you be up for singing it a little something for the listeners out there? Live and direct.
Definitely.
Oh.
Classic.
When you're ready, King.
She get one heap of love and joy from the djkat. Boy, you're the same little bubble youth when him fits right. Round the market, me juggle pop chai. Never know she woulda they we die. She get one heap of love and joy from the djkat. Boy, same little bubble youth when him fits right. Round the market, me juggle pop chai. Never know she woulda they we die. djkat, Rastafari, bless.
Up. Every time. And you know what, Perfect Giddimani, I want to say thank you, you know, because I give thanks every time you come on and grace the presence with yourself and to speak to the listeners. And is there anything final you want to say to the listeners out there before we go?
Just give thanks to the listeners, man. Give thanks. Really appreciate, love your time and your patience, and give thanks for the listening ear, you know, taking time out. Really appreciate the love, the item, you know. Big up the item self, take care of the item families, be safe out there, and you don't know the rules, you know.
Yeah.
Love and share. Love and share and care, right? That.
Every time.
Bless and protect.
Every time. Blessings. Have a blessed rest of the day, yeah?
Yes, djkat. One love, and give thanks again for the invitation.
Anytime. Enough respect. More love. Bless up.
Blessings.
Yes, people, please do go out there, go and support Perfect Giddimani each and every time he blesses the radio, he blesses Instagram or Facebook. It's always a pleasure. Big shout out to all the listeners out there as well who've been liking his flavour and his style. So you know what, we're keeping it like that and we're going straight back to Beanstalk. Here we go.
Climbing up the beanstalk, for the money that I'm a jelly bean. Grow up man a shop quality, rotten money call that cavity. Them want my thing drop a ground, bad mind was a than gravity. But man I go up, gotta make that money. Me a climb on the money tree, know me no I stay broke, gotta make that money. Man I go up, gotta make that money. Me a climb on the money tree, know me no I stay broke, gotta make that money. Man I go. Touch him all, man a shop from 1 o'clock. Walk in a dance hall, every hand a clap. Money pull up when he pan a knock. You think a local cash boy, I know that. Check it Louis V, duffel bag full of greenback. Pan a black me back when me lean back. Take a milli from Skilly Bang, then team back. Wap. Mama never grew no idiot, man a go. Gotta make that money. Me a climb on the money tree, know me no I stay broke. Gotta make that money. Man a go. Oh, gotta make that money. Me a climb on the money tree, know me no I stay broke. Gotta make that money. Man a go. Oh, stagnant them circle up. Measuring cup, tell them level up. Franklin face them freckle up. When man step out a road